Consumer Reports just dropped a new reliability list, and the SUVs sitting at the top aren't the flashy, overhyped ones everybody thinks are bulletproof. These are the rigs that quietly rack up miles, shrug off abuse, and make dealers mad because owners barely show up for repairs. Hey guys, it's Scott from CarLandTV, and I'm digging into this because a ton of people still walk onto the lot thinking every reliable SUV is basically the same, and that's how folks end up blindsided by bad picks. But first, do me a quick favor. Tap that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. It ain't required, but those clicks keep this thing rolling and make it easier for me to keep dropping solid car content straight to your screen. Now let's get back into it. Subaru Outback Wilderness. First up on this list, I'm going straight to the Subaru Outback Wilderness. This one sits in that weird space between wagon and SUV, but from a reliability and use-it-everyday perspective, it checks way more boxes than a lot of crossovers that just look tough. Subaru has quietly built a reputation for cars that stay on the road, and Consumer Reports has Subaru sitting near the top of its brand reliability rankings, ahead of a lot of bigger-name rivals. When you drill into the actual CR numbers on the Outback, it's not internet mythology. Consumer Reports test data shows the Outback scoring well, overall, among midsize SUVs, with a strong road test score and solid owner satisfaction, and the brand itself is one of only a handful with an overall positive predicted reliability score. The Wilderness trim is built on that same basic platform, so you're getting the proven hardware, not some science project powertrain that just came out this year. The Wilderness upgrades are all stuff that helps longevity instead of hurting it. You get extra ground clearance, all-terrain tires, a beefed-up X-Mode system, and underbody protection that actually lets you use the thing on rough roads without crying over every scrape. J.D. Power also tags the Outback with a strong resale rating, which lines up with what used car data shows on retained value. So this one earns its spot as a rig that basically doesn't break, and it sets the tone for the next SUV on this list that pulls off the same trick while being way more tech-heavy. Lexus NX 350 hours. Sliding from the Outback into the luxury side, the next one that deserves a spotlight is the Lexus NX 350 hours. This thing is the definition of quiet competence. Lexus, as a brand, lives at or near the top of Consumer Reports' reliability rankings almost every year, and the NX rides that same wave with owner surveys that show way fewer issues than the German crossovers everybody flexes on Instagram. From my perspective, it is one of the cleanest examples of how you stack a ton of features on a car without turning it into an electrical headache at 60,000 miles. Under the skin, the NX 350 hours is running Toyota's latest hybrid setup with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder and an eCVT, and real-world testing puts it right around the high 30 seconds for fuel economy, while still landing in the 6 to 7 second range for 0 to 60. That is solid performance with very little long-term drama reported so far. The key thing I pay attention to is how CR and other long-term testers talk about it. You do not see patterns of hybrid battery failures, inverters cooking themselves, or infotainment systems bricking out every other month. The cabin is loaded with stuff that usually causes problems in other brands. You get complex LEDs, big screens, advanced driver assists, and a lot of soft-touch materials. The reason it still makes this doesn't break list is that Lexus has a track record of validating systems before launch, and owner data backs that up. From here, I want to move into a three-row SUV that takes that same reliability idea and stretches it for family duty. Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Now, let me jump to the three-row side, because the Toyota Highlander Hybrid is where reliability meets family duty. Consumer Reports has the Highlander line sitting above average in predicted reliability, and the hybrid trims use Toyota's long-running hybrid system that has already done years of work in the Prius and Camry. Under the hood, you get a 2.5-liter four-cylinder with electric motors and an eCVT, and testing puts it in the mid-30 seconds for miles per gallon combined, which is solid for something that can carry the whole family. What stands out to me is how boring the failure record looks. You do not see a pattern of hybrid batteries dropping out, inverters frying, or transmissions dying early in owner surveys. This generation has been around long enough for flaws to show, and most of the complaints are about small trim issues and infotainment quirks, not big-dollar drivetrain repairs. That is exactly what I want in a family SUV that is going to pile on miles with kids and highway trips. On daily use, the Highlander Hybrid seats up to 8, depending on spec, and can tow a camper or toys within its rating. Resale values stay strong because used buyers trust this setup and know the running costs stay in check. If you do not need 3 rows and want that same reliable hybrid play in a tighter package, The next SUV on this list is where you should be looking. Honda CR-V Hybrid. Shifting down a size class, the Honda CR-V Hybrid is the one that quietly does everything right. When I look at consumer reports and other owner data, the CR-V keeps showing up with above-average reliability, especially on the current generation. Honda baked this hybrid system in with a target of serious mileage, and you see that in the lack of big failure patterns. No constant stories about hybrid batteries dropping dead early, no wave of inverter failures, and the ECVT setup has been way more drama-free than people expected, which is a big deal at this price point. On the numbers side, the CR-V Hybrid lives in that mid-40 seconds miles per gallon range in real-world driving if you are not flooring it everywhere, and that is paired with a cabin that holds up well when kids, pets, and groceries hit it every day. The interior materials feel basic in a good way. Hard-wearing, easy to clean, and not loaded with fragile piano black or gimmick hardware that starts peeling in a couple of summers. Long-term testers and owners report normal wear items and routine service, not constant dealer visits, and that is exactly what I want from a daily. Resale is solid too. Used prices stay strong because buyers know this generation does not have some giant do-not-buy year hiding in the lineup. So if the Highlander Hybrid feels like too much SUV and too much payment, the CR-V Hybrid is that tight, efficient option. Next up, I want to talk about Toyota's compact hybrid that pushes this same reliability story even harder. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota RAV4 Hybrid is where this list really locks in. Consumer Reports literally has the RAV4 family sitting at the top of the heap for 2025 predicted reliability, with the RAV4 and RAV4 PHEV both landing in CR's top 10 most reliable new models and scoring in the 80 seconds on their 100-point reliability scale, which is wild for something this common. Toyota has this 2.5-liter hybrid setup running across taxis, rideshare fleets, and family crossovers worldwide, and that real-world abuse is exactly why CR can project such strong reliability on the current RAV4 Hybrid. From a numbers standpoint, the RAV4 Hybrid hits around 37 to 39 miles per gallon combined in EPA ratings, and independent testing has it doing 0 to 60 in the low 7-second range. That is enough power to merge and pass without drama, while still saving a chunk of fuel over the gas-only RAV4. Edmunds and other long-term reviewers consistently talk about this thing as boring in a good way, because the owners are just doing oil changes, tires, and brakes. No common hybrid battery failures, no wave of inverter replacements, no pattern of transmission failures blowing up forums. On the ownership side, the RAV4 nameplate is one of the best-selling vehicles in the world right now, and a big part of that is trust. Global sales have pushed past 1 million units a year, and resale values stay strong because used buyers know the hybrid powertrain has a solid track record. If the CR-V Hybrid is the quiet, straight-A student, the RAV4 Hybrid is the overachiever that shows up on every reliability and resale chart, and it sets up the jump to a larger, more premium SUV that plays in the same reliability sandbox. Acura MDX. That bigger, more premium option I was hinting at is the Acura MDX. This is the one for people who want a legit luxury 3-row without signing up for German repair bills. Acura, as a brand, usually lands above average in Consumer Reports reliability rankings, and the MDX benefits from that same Honda engineering DNA. Current models run a 3.5-liter V6 with a 10-speed automatic, and owner surveys are not showing any widespread engine or transmission failures on this generation, which is exactly what you want at this price point. What I like about the MDX is how normal the maintenance stories sound. You see people talking about oil changes, brakes, tires, and that is about it. Consumer Reports road tests have also called out the MDX for good owner satisfaction and fewer electronic gremlins compared to a lot of European luxury SUVs. The tech stack is deep, but you are not seeing a pattern of dead screens, dead clusters, or driver assist systems constantly throwing errors. That tells me Acura actually validated this stuff instead of using paying customers as beta testers. No cap. Inside, the MDX gives you real space in the first 2 rows and a 3rd row that adults can use for shorter trips. Materials hold up well in long-term tests, and resale stays stronger than most luxury 3 rows because used buyers know they are not buying into a money pit. So, if the RAV4 Hybrid is the dependable everyday play, the MDX is the upgrade move for folks who want comfort and badge appeal while still staying in that basically does not break category. Lexus RX Hybrid. The last one I'm adding to this list is the Lexus RX Hybrid, because every time I check Consumer Reports long-term reliability data, The RX sits near the top of the luxury SUV segment. CR's brand rankings consistently put Lexus in that top tier for predicted reliability, and the RX Hybrid plays right into that pattern. When I look at the latest survey summaries from outlets that break down CR's data, the RX is one of the few mid-size luxury SUVs showing above-average predicted reliability, while a lot of German models fall into the average or below-average zone. No cap, this one earns its spot. From a mechanical standpoint, the RX Hybrid uses Toyota's well-established hybrid system with a 2.5 or 3.5-liter base, depending on trim year, and that setup has been running across millions of vehicles. That is why you do not see a long list of hybrid battery failures or inverter disasters attached to it. The real-world owner reports and CR trend lines show the RX avoiding big electrical failures, which is wild considering how much tech is packed inside. Even the adaptive safety systems and the infotainment hardware have cleaner reliability histories than the same features on a lot of European competitors. What seals it for me is how the RX ages. Long-term testers talk about the cabin staying tight, the ride staying smooth, and the electronics staying consistent even deep into the mileage. Resale stays strong because buyers trust the Lexus badge, and they know CR charts keep placing it at or near the top for reliability. So if you want a luxury SUV that stays solid without turning into a repair project at 80k miles, the RX Hybrid closes this list the right way and ties it back to everything these other SUVs do well.